So you were telling me a story earlier today about what the title meant to you, and that was very fascinating because I think it meant more to you than it even did to me.
Yeah, when I first saw the listing online for your movie, the first thing that hit me was the title, When I Stutter. It's been a lot of my self-therapy and a lot of the therapy that I do. And it reminded me of a story when I was about 25 years old or so, learning of a workshop in Knoxville. And I drove from Atlanta up to Knoxville. And it was literally the who's who of stuttering in America. We had Walt Manning, Barry Guitar, Peter Remig, Hal Looper, Dean Williams, and others were all there. And I was just at an awe because I had seen so many of these people. Dean Williams happened to be my favorite. There was something about watching his movies as he was working with children, the way he would build a rapport and a trust and move in and assist children through their blocking, and just his whole mannerisms. He was just an amazing man that if we could clone people, that's who we'd want to clone. So I had a chance to go out for lunch, and I'm at a long table, and I'm seated at the head of the table where I didn't belong, and Dean Williams was sitting right next to me on the right. And I had mustered up the courage to ask him an important question. As I stuttered through the question, Dr. Williams, what's the secret to stopping my stutter? And he just said, I'd want to know what I do when I stutter. That's all he said. I felt cheated. The whole table just sat quietly, but I think they all were soaking in this sage gentleman. And as I left to drive back to Atlanta, Georgia, I went through layers of anger and animosity and feeling cheated until it hit me what he really said to me. I'd want to know what I do when I stutter. And it made me look at what I do before I stutter. I fear stuttering, I have anxiety about stuttering, I have triggers of specific words, situations, drive-through windows, specific item menus. I had to look at that. I had to look at what I did during my stutter. I looked away from people, I changed words. I pointed to menu items for the server to say it for me. And then what did I do after a stutter? Well, what I did after I stuttered was I would imagine what people thought. Did they discover I stutter? Now that they know I stutter, what do they think about me? Do they ever want to see me again? So I projected all my thoughts and feelings, stored them to my hard drive. That's what I did after my stutter. So when he asked me, I'd want to know what I do when I stutter, it literally rocked my world. And my self-therapy just totally morphed around that idea. And when I saw the title of the movie, When I Stutter, I needed to meet John Gomez. And shortly thereafter, he's here in Atlanta, Georgia. We just had 3 screenings. The response to the movie has been incredible. We've had people in tears here in the theater, and the online response, the people texting me and sending me messages telling me the impact the movie had on them. And this is a brand new movie. You know, we grew up with A Fish Called Wanda and Smokey and the Bandit, where stuttering was laughed at and ridiculed, to a new beginning with a new movie that's teaching the world what it's really like to stutter. And just one quick story coming out of this movie, a family of 6 watched it online. Their oldest child, who's now 22 years old, who's going into the field of speech therapy. I'm very proud of her. After watching the movie, they all sat down and talked about stuttering in a way that they had never talked about. That's a pretty cool takeaway. So I suggest that you bring the movie to your town.